Hi there, my name is Kronenberg and welcome to my channel. This is another film review. This is, I don't know how you say it, but I'm going to go with Bearry, Bearry. It's an action, horror, romance, comedy. I would kind of say yes, mostly. Came out in 2021. The rating is 16 plus. It's an hour and 23 minutes. Amazon rating is 3.5 out of 5. IMDb is 3.6 out of 10. The Amazon and the IMDb synopsis are the same, so I'm just going to read the IMDb one. In order to cheer up her recently divorced Chloe, her friend Sam gives her a giant teddy bear, Bearry. As Chloe confides her wishes to Bearry, people close to her go missing or die. Is Chloe a murderer? Is it a stalker? Or is it Bearry? The director is Alexander T. Hwang, Hwang, and he directed Something in the Woods. Producer, it's the same person, Alexander, and he also produced Lilith. And the other producer is Thomas Haley, Haley, who produced Desert Moon. And he didn't seem to list music, so there we go. The cast, we have Sarah French, who was Chloe, and she was in Space Wars Quest for the Deep Star. Thomas Haley again, who was Stephen, and he was also in Shelter. Felissa Rose, who was Sam, was in Sleepaway Camp. Vincent M. Ward, who was Detective Clark, who was in Amber Road. And Vernon Wells, who was Detective Seahorn, who was in Commando. If you've never seen it, it's the one with Arnie, and he was Bennett. I'm gonna kill you! That guy with the moustache. We don't know who Bearry was. It's a shame because we don't know who played the big teddy bear, because it was big. It wasn't like a teddy bear that you would have in your room if you had one, if you know what I mean. So the music at the start is pretty cool. It's some sort of pop song, and the credits are like a cartoon. The bear's a cartoon sort of thing, sort of moving around, doing this sort of like a little piece thing that's quite nice, but then it's quite sad. It's quite interesting watching it, and it's, you know, it kind of reminds me of the early Pink Panthers, if you ever seen them, with the Peter Sellers, when they used to have the Pink Panther and, you know, those cartoony kind of things. Now you actually see how the hubby leaves. Happens in literally the first 5 minutes, and it's even on the trailer. You know, he's there, he's not happy with her. There you go. So a friend arrived, right, surprised her with a bear. It's a huge, massive thing. It's actually funny hearing it speak, and the jokes that it says. It says like, "Hi, I'm Bearry." When she presses the button, it's actually quite funny. It's like, "I love you very much." So she's speed dating, I think, or maybe she keeps going to the same place. I'm not too sure. It's an American film, but the British guy in it, I just want to kill. We don't sound anything like this. Oh, hello. It's like, no, we don't. I mean, maybe down south in London, but we don't sound like that. Well, maybe not in London, but in the posh end, you know, the Queen, you know, them people. Well, not her, she's dead, but the King, you know, whatever his name is, Charlie. We don't do fox hunting. Majority of us don't. In fact, most of us hate the damn thing. And then it harps on about, oh, my favourite food is haggis. It's like, that's a Scottish dish. Now, I know a lot of English people like it. Hell, I do. But if you're going to pretend to be English, don't say that. Say something like cucumber sandwiches. You know, be a bit stereotypical. Anyway, she's cuddling up to Bearry. And she says that jackass made me lose my mind. I wish he'd lose his. And then she falls asleep as we pan up to Bearry's face. No, he's not moved at all in this entire thing. He's just literally just sat there. Now, obviously, somebody, you know, dies. And if you knew somebody that had their head chopped off, decapitated, whatever, would you say decapitated? Maybe you say they lost their head. You know, something kind of corny like that. But would your friend turn up and say, oh, yes, he's dead. He lost his mind. I mean, it's you know what I mean? You wouldn't. I wouldn't. Maybe that's what they say in America, but I would say you lost his head. Decapitated, chopped his head off, whatever. So the deaths are pretty basic. I mean, there's no special effects as such, but it's enjoyable if that even makes sense. The deaths, that is. It's a horror, so, you know, they're going to have some deaths. If you don't need deaths, what's the point in watching it? Oh, dear Lord. So I'm watching this shower scene, right? And it'll appear to literally male and female. Because Chloe and her ex are both showering in each other's home. Well, not in each other's home, in their own home. It seems to go on for about like 5 minutes, and it's yeah. So I think if you're male, you're happy watching this, and if you're female, you're happy watching this. It's that kind of thing. It's like, my God, for rarity, normally it's just one person, you know. That's all I'm going to say on that one. Finally, we see Bearry walking. I was kind of unsure at first. I thought he just sat there. He didn't seem to move, just like plopped against the bed. But he's finally moving around. It's kind of quite funny watching him moving around, and he's having a tantrum and stuff. It's quite funny. Obviously, he can't speak, but yeah, it was quite funny, especially with the clock and the picture. Yeah, I enjoyed that. It was enjoyable. Now, this was a bit bizarre. I'm not going to say where it is and who it was, but they're out and about, and they found an abandoned house, right? So with this woman, they don't know who, and she says, "Don't worry, no one's lived here for years because it's a testing site for MK Ultra." And I thought, "Oh right, are we going to find out about MK Ultra?" I'll just leave that one out there in case you think you are or you aren't. But anyway, so it's an abandoned house. No one's lived there for years, right? And yet, what's his name? Thomas Haley with Stephen happened to find a torch and turn it on, and off he went. And I thought, well, if no one's been there, I'm pretty sure the batteries would have gone flat by now. Anyway, it was an interesting ending. I actually enjoyed the whole film. I say interesting ending, it just didn't make sense. It was just like, well, the ending kind of made sense, and then something happened, and I was just like, but hang on a minute, surely that happened before you turned up, but what do I know? I was laughing at it quite a few times. I enjoyed them. I enjoyed some of the jokes. The dates were hilarious, some of them. The music was good as well. The special effects, like I say, there wasn't any. I mean, we saw a dead guy lying on the ground, but then you were like, is he dead? Has he just sort of cut himself shaving? I mean, I can't see any blood. I'm actually going to give it a 5. Weirdly enough, I'm not going to go higher than that, but I enjoyed it. You know, if that's the thing, if you enjoy a film, whatever film it is, and that's what it is, then why not? I mean, some people really thought it's quite crap, but it's a giant teddy bear, for God's sakes. You know, it ain't Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not Jason Voorhees. We're talking old films, obviously. You know, you're not going to have them pottering about. It's a flaming fluffy teddy bear. What more can he do? Well, quite a lot, actually, if you watch the film. Anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed watching this and listening to this film review of Bearry. Please subscribe to my channel. I've got plenty of the film reviews. I've got mostly game reviews and Let's Plays, but I have sort of dabbled in the films, so I've got quite a lot now. Mostly horrors, but kind of different stuff as well. Give me the old thumbs up if you've actually, if you like this video, and if you've actually seen this film, leave a comment in the comment box below. Okay, well, thank you and goodbye.